following show is a paid program.
Hey, this is Cam Hill from the Cam Hill Show. Hey, I'm so excited on today. We have vocalist and artist KOLLETT Duncan with us. A little bit about her. She is in the local scene here, and we're talking about the impact of COVID-19 on the local artist. Hello, lady. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so excited today. This is one of my favorite artists. I actually traveled to go see you, lady, when Rhonda Battle, shout out to her. And every time, Rhonda called me, Rhonda Battle, shout out to her. She'll say, text me, hey, KOLLETT is here. Hey, KOLLETT is there. And trust me, I'm throwing clothes on, trying to get dressed. I want to see my friend. How we doing today?
I appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Cam. Wow. It's always a pleasure to see you in the audience, being a cheerleader in the back for me. So I super appreciate it. And again, big shout out to Rhonda Battle. She is a huge fan, supporter, mentor.
Yes.
She has opened some avenues for me here in Houston. So big shouts out to her. I appreciate her.
Also, let me do some shout outs. You're looking beautiful today. Let's do some shout outs on that. You're looking absolutely beautiful.
Okay. Well, super shouts out to my stylist this morning. My stylist since I gave birth to her. My daughter, Tori Duncan, she owns a hair company, MFan and Company. So hair by MFan, makeup by MFan. She did my clothes this morning. It's good to have kids that know how to look out for you. All my children look out for me. But that's the stylist of the bunch.
Sounds good. Let's jump right in here. How did we get here, Miss KOLLETT? How did you get to be a local celebrity artist? Telling you.
And I'm really humbled when anybody says, KOLLETT, you're a local celebrity. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm a celebrity, but I appreciate it. How did I get here? I got here by the way of Theodore and Veronica. That's how I really got here. Right. But I actually started singing at church. I got in some talent shows at school, went to Woolridge High School. I was a part of the Woolridge Mighty Eagle Band with Ronald Thornton. So he taught me how to, just one of those, let your light shine, just whatever you want to do, just make sure you do it at your best. And I got into the music scene, actually singing when the band went out on the field. And just singing around town, doing local talent shows. And then I decided to start doing some things with local and international artists, and some background with some artists as well. And I got a call from a friend of mine, a guy that was doing the music scene here in Houston, Ahmad. He had Ahmad No Egos, that's what they call him. And he was like, hey, why don't you come sing at my open mic? And I was like, I don't know. I sing gospel music. And he's like, no, I think you'll do good. And he put me on that stage way back in 2005, and I haven't left the stage since.
Oh, my God, 2005. And I'm telling you, you have been cutting up ever since 2005. One thing I love about you, you can sing anyone's music and make it yours.
I appreciate that. I really do. My whole thing about being an artist, not just a vocalist, but carrying it over into being an artist. My main objective when I'm on stage is I want you to leave and not just say, oh, she can sing. I want you to leave and say, man, I had a good time. That was the best. It's a performance factor. You need to leave there with a total package. You need to laugh. You need to cry. You need to shout. You need to dance. Like, I want you to leave my show tired.
I love it. I love it. Let's look at you in action right now. Let's just see you. This is my favorite song, Love Changes.
You went and found a throwback.
Love Changes. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites.
OMG. I am an old school lover. Everybody that has come to any one of my shows know that I am a throwback old school queen. I'm quick to tell them, hey, if you waiting to hear something that came on 97.9, you're going to have to miss me with that one because I probably don't know.
30 and up. 30 and up.
Hold up, I didn't elevate it. I think we're at the 40 and up.
We're at 40 and up. What does the music scene look like now for Houston? Before, let's say, while first at COVID, right this moment. This is the music scene right this now, COVID-19 being impacted.
Through my lens, the music scene right now for COVID is very scarce.
Yes.
We went from being able on any given night. I don't know. I didn't care if it was a Monday. We used to have Jazz Mondays. So on any given night, you were able to find live music or some form of music, some form of entertainment, some form of artistry at anywhere in Houston. And right now, it's very scarce. A lot of, we all know the clubs had to close. So a lot of the venues that some of the local artists were patronizing and being hired and contracted for are no longer open unless they're serving food. And then the capacity that they're able to do it at 50% or whatever their capacities are right now is really scarce for the music scene as well. So I would say for any artist that's actually able to perform right now, it's truly humbling and a blessing for any establishment to call you and actually want to spotlight you at this point, because not only are that in the club scene or the bar scenes are losing money, are not at the financial status that they were at first. But if you're doing 50% capacity, then that means at some point the artist has to be paid at a 50% capacity. And not every venue is doing that. Some venues are allowing us to come back in at our regular pay, which is a real blessing. They're actually seeing that, just like you're having to hire staff, we were staff as well. We provided something to your establishment that brought that ambiance to that place. So the music scene has really changed. Again, most of the clubs and most of the places that I used to perform at are no longer operating right now. I don't want to never want to use the word closed. Sorry about that, y'all. I never want to use the word closed, but I will say not operating right now due to COVID and due to where they are right now. But I'm blessed to be able to be at a place that I do still have establishments, Sugars out here in Missouri City, Phil and Derek's in the Third Ward area, Frozen Paradise. Big shouts out to Frozen Paradise and Bryant. Love them to death. They're like family. So a lot of places that I've built relationships. And I will say that about being an artist here in Houston. A lot of us don't get to circulate and stay in business because we don't do good business. So I do want to just thank God that I've been able to stay relevant, stay circulating, because I have always prided myself on doing good business.
Right. I love that about you. What you do too is that as far as a performance, when you go see you, it could be one person or 10,000 people, and each person, even in each venue, is going to feel the same in whatever venue they are. You give them the quality and the best. Why so?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The reason why I feel that way is it could always be your last time. I know that's one of those, what they say, the old folks saying, today might be your last day. This time might be your last time. But I take it to heart. And one of the main reasons I take giving it everything I got when I hit the stage, another saying, you don't look like what you've been through.
Right.
I've been through it. So I know the value of life. I know the value of not being able to sing, having my happy place not be such a happy place. Right. So I had to go ahead and leave it all on the stage, literally. So after developing cancer, I had cervical cancer, and thank God I've beaten it twice. So I've had cervical cancer, and being told by a doctor or having to have a meeting with your family and say, hey, it's hospice time. And being delivered from hospice back to the stage, I don't, unless you walked in my shoes or been in that place, there's no other feeling like life. Yes. So I will sing to 1 million the same way I sing to one. Again, I want you to leave and not just say, oh, that girl could sing. I want you to say, man, we had a good time. I would love to see her again. I would love to see her because we smiled. I love to see her because it was an experience. Yes. I want you to be able to feel like, that's my sister. That's my niece. That's my daughter. That's my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to be touchable. I want to be tangible.
I love what you said, because you just hit a point with a lot of people, especially now. You know, many people are going into the hospital. Many of us have not medically, we have not taken our health as serious as we probably should have. But I like what you said, but because there was a way for you to find out at that point you had cervical cancer. How did that happen?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go sit on my soapbox for a minute when it comes to cervical cancer.
Absolutely.
It is preventable. It is a preventable cancer. It's called Pap smear, ladies. It's called once a year checking on yourself. I was one of those people. At that point, I got married and I started having kids, and I felt like, oh, if I'm having babies, I'm healthy. Right. But it's like going to the doctor and you tell the doctor, oh, my eye hurt, but he's not going to check your knee. Yeah. You said your eye hurt. So I'm going in to have a baby, but they're not looking at anything else. They're not running tests on anything else.
Right.
They just had a baby. So after having several kids, I start, feeling like, my body not bouncing back the way it used to. I'm not doing some of the things I used to. I'm not feeling the way I used to. And I kept passing it off. Oh, I'll get a pap smear later. One month turned into 3 months, turned into 6 months, turned into a couple of years. And I know that might sound bad as a female, but I would go to the doctor when I got sick.
Yes.
I would go to the doctor for all kinds of other things. Yes. I just didn't go for my well woman. And by the time they found out, by the time I went in for a well woman, because I felt like something wasn't right, it was too late. I was almost in stage 4 by the time they found it.
Yeah.
So I immediately went into chemo treatments, immediately had to start having sit downs with, at that time, school age elementary children. Right. Trying to explain to them, mommy doesn't know if she's going to be here. So by the time we battled that and got through that, the cancer attacked another part of my body. And so I'm having to have this same talk with them, like, hey, we're going to beat it this time. But by this time, but the first time I wasn't on stage. By the time the second time happened, I'm performing. I'm on stage with ports and tubes, and because the stage was my happy place. So for a lot of people that have been following KOLLETT and Sultry for, since me going through cancer, they've been there. A lot of my fans have been there supporting me. Yes. Through the chemo treatments, literally leaving chemo treatment, coming straight to the stage. Right. Literally having to sit down on a stool on the stage. Yes. I mean, Kim, you was there.
We were there. Yes. That's why I wanted you here to talk about that.
People that have, been extremely supportive, extremely blessings behind me, praying, encouraging me, knowing that, hey, I might not be able to hit every note I want to hit tonight, but just give me my time to get this out, because the stage was the happy place. And sometimes in life, especially during COVID right now, we all need to find our center. Yes. What is that happy place for you? Mine is singing. Whether I'm on stage or I'm singing at home, singing is a happy place. I found lately cooking is a happy place.
Yeah.
I have theme weeks. I just cooked the whole Thanksgiving dinner this past Sunday, literally. Because I felt like I needed Thanksgiving in the summertime. Right. But everybody has to have a happy place. And just being able to stay grounded in my faith with God, being able to stay grounded with my family, just family and friends mean a lot. I think COVID has taught us not to take friendships and relationships lightly. Right. It's made us sit down. Yeah. God will always find a way to tell you, sit down. I need to sit down.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I love what you also said about the fact about you went in, because many people say, I don't have health care. Real big thing. Yeah. I don't have the time to go. I don't feel any pain many times. That's why those are some of the things we say, oh, that's why we're not going to go to do health care.
Right. We have a lot of artists now that they're full-time musicians. They don't have full-time jobs. I've been blessed. I actually have a full-time 8 to 5, but we have local artists that are out here that don't have full-time jobs. So that being able to be offered healthcare through your job and just being able to pay for it through a paycheck is not available to them. So I've had other, I'll call them coworkers, my other artists in the business in Houston get sick. Yes. And it's literally us GoFundMe or us pulling together or us trying to figure out how to help this person out, how to get them through a time where there is no health care available. And all I'll say about the health care is exercise your right to vote.
There you go.
In November, exercise your right to vote so that we will all be able to have health care within our reach.
Sounds good. We'll take a break right there, and we'll be right back with KOLLETT Duncan.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages. Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection. Only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service, striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Thank you, family, so much for coming back. We're here with Colette Duncan. Hey, lady. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump right back in, and we're going to talk about the fact that healthcare with local artists and what you were saying, that them being full-time, and I've seen it, time and time, and helped out too. I understand that they don't have that. You're so right about that. Right.
It's just really hard. It's really hard. I financially, I know it's a burden trying to, and some of them they have families, they have wives, they have husbands, they have kids, they have extended family that they're possibly taking care of, in-laws, parents, grandparents. So if you're strictly your own sole source of income is what we call gigging, which like playing at a church, or you're full-time somewhere at a particular establishment, and now COVID hits. No longer going to church. So maybe the church hopefully didn't cut you completely, but if you went from 100% to 50%, that hurts. That hurts financially. And then when all of the with the bars not being able to house bands, and like I said, most restaurants, if you're not able to, not every restaurant is able to bring back live entertainment. So if you're one of the restaurants that can't bring back live entertainment, hypothetically, just throwing out a number, if you're a full-time musician and you went from making $1,000 to $400, how can you fit in healthcare?
Exactly.
It's impossible. So it's literally, you're praying every day, please nobody in the family gets sick. Please let's not have any accidents. Let's not have anything happen, because we just don't have the financial resources for a pandemic.
Exactly.
Who is actually prepared for this pandemic?
Exactly. You're right about that. I love what you're saying about that, because I want to also say, when I have local artists that come on the show, I want to give a vivid picture of what that looks like even before the pandemic. A full-time artist, and what I love about you bring a whole band with you. It's not you by yourself being a track and you sing off a track or something. You literally bring your whole band. And I'm going to tell you, family, what she does, she won't brag about, she won't say it. But when she does her signing up, I've heard her in conversations with other owners of clubs, she says, I have to pay my band. And I've known Colette a long time. I'm going to tell you, many times she's played the band and not paid herself. So she does that quite a bit because she loves her band, and they are absolutely phenomenal. But they also have a family, each of them. And let's think about that. When they have the tip jars in the front, or they're saying, hey, you got to pay at the door. They have families like we do. This is their job. This is what they're doing. Just like we go to work. Do we want them to say, hey, by the way, we're not going to pay you today? You know?
And I've been doing that since 2006. Actually, my whole objective is, Kollette, you've been blessed to have a full-time job.
Right.
I have a resource that provides for my house. I have a resource that provides for me to do extracurricular. Right. So at the end of the day, the extracurricular for me is the singing and everything else I do. So yeah, when I hit that stage, I want to employ to everybody out there that the people behind me, I can't sound as good by myself.
Right. Right.
I need them behind me, and the only way to keep them behind me is I have to pay them. That again, and don't get me wrong, I have such a love, and we have such a love for each other, family. I believe if I told them, hey, we got to play for a couple of weeks for free, the people I got on my team right now, they'll ride out with me for free.
Right, they will.
But I don't want them to show up and have to do anything on a free basis. I want to make sure that they're always taken care of. And yeah, sometimes I do take the L. I go ahead because I know I've been blessed. Even during this pandemic, I've been truly blessed. Not to miss a beat. I have a job where I can work from home. Right. So I've been blessed to be able to keep my finances in order, but my band hasn't been able to. So we've done a couple of gigs, as we say. We've done a couple of events and things. Right. I didn't get paid. I told the band, if we're going to take us some tips, maybe I'll make some money off the tips. Right. But other than that, I want to make sure that we're still circulating dollars to your family. We're still able, even if it's just $100 and you just was able to get groceries and put gas in the car. It was $100 more than what you had before we started. So yeah, I do like to over exaggerate my tip jar sometimes, and a lot of people be like, oh my goodness, there she go again. She always hollering over that tip. She want to take up an offering over that tip jar. Yeah. Yes, I will, because I want to make sure that the people behind me are always taken care of. I really.
Right, and I wanted to express that.
Let me big shout out to my band right now. I have a group of 3 guys that are with me that have been riding with me lately for the last couple of months. Larry, Bishop, Bud, I have Andreas, and we never want to forget Big Ken. He with some medical issues, but I love Ken to death. Sultry family. Jay Miles is a part of the Sultry family. Elijah. I have a lot of these people that make me look good. I tell them all the time, they just make me sound good, because sometimes they sound so good, Cam. You know me, I just stop singing.
Right, you can. They sound good. They sound good. Yeah, absolutely. And I want to make sure people know that even before getting there, people don't realize you have to travel with equipment.
And I'm the sound girl. No, a lot of people, when they see me coming, they'll say, "Where you sound? You got a sound man coming?" I say, "I am him. He am she."
You are.
Everybody see me pull up in that pickup truck and unload sound, and I'm grateful to have, if some guys are there, they're just, they'll come out and help me or whatever. But OMG, I am the sound person.
She brings the equipment with her in the truck.
I bring my own equipment with me in the truck. And good part is, if my husband is in town, he'll meet me and go, unload and load for me. Drop off, and the band will be there. But oh my goodness, I'm the sound person. So yeah, Kollette wants to make sure everybody get paid, including the sound lady.
Exactly. I love that about you. When local artists, and I've seen you help other local artists that maybe come on the scene and they're new and they don't know how to get, move around Houston and what to do. The first thing I noticed about you, you talk to them about the business side of music. you always discuss the business side of music. And in doing that, helping people realize shaking the hand is not as well as having a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm. Those are two different things. I don't think they realize it sometimes. Those are two different things. Again, when I first started, everything I did was a contract. I'm not coming to sing unless you sign my contract, not your contract.
Right.
You sign my contract. And by profession, I review grants and contracts for a living. That's been my profession for over 20 plus years.
Right.
So I know contractually, legally, where I stand, what I can and cannot do. So coming into a man's arena and trying to bogart your way in a man's arena and say, hey, I'm not signing your paper. You need to sign mine. Well, why I need to sign yours? And then when I start telling you why and all the indemnifications on the reasons why, oh, I didn't think you knew that. That's one of the reasons I started, because I was a female. So when I'm trying to mentor other people, and again, it took me a while to get to the place where a handshake or your word was going to be good enough. But that's because I had established a relationship. We didn't go in just shaking hands and saying, hey, all right, be here next week. And I think I'm going to pay you what I said I was.
Right.
No, contractually. But over years, even though the contract had expired, we kept the friendship. We kept the relationship. So I was able to stay there and still be a part of that place. So I would always advise any artist coming in, you can do either or. It's really almost about following your gut. Not every owner is going to sign a piece of paper. So it's one of those, you really need to make sure, do your due diligence, investigate, talk to, circulate. You know, talk to the people that's already been around and have circulated and been around in the industry in Houston for a while to see. We have some good club owners. We have some not so good club owners. It's just the way of the world. But thankfully, I've been able to keep relationships with a lot of good, respected, Black-owned clubs that provide very good business. Very, very good business, do very good business. And when they say they're going to do, they're going to do. I've been in the clubs, I've been into restaurants where, hey, we beat the pavement. We did all the advertising, marketing. We've done everything we possibly could. But, hey, it just was that weekend that the capacity wasn't what we thought it was going to be. And everybody knows if the establishment isn't making money, that's how the band gets their revenue on whatever establishment is making. But I've been in really good circumstances where I'm not pulled to the side and say, well, hey, you know, we didn't make enough money today. We can't pay you. I've been in places with KOLLETT. I said that I was going to do this and I'm going to keep my word. And so that's when you're able to say, when that club owner comes back to you during this time of a pandemic and say, hey, KOLLETT, I want to bring you back, but I really can't afford what we were doing at first. So for those people who have built good, trustworthy relationships, you go back in at half the pay. You go back in and possibly not be able to pay yourself, but your band got paid. And I really believe that God is going to provide room where I made a blessing for somebody else. And like I said, my light's never been cut off. I've never had any issues. I haven't missed a beat since COVID. And I really believe it's because of all the seeds I've already sown out and all of the blessings that are, you know, just due back. It's back. So but for every blessing that I could have been to somebody, I'm glad and thankful that God is giving me all the blessings right now, being able to continue, even during this pandemic, continue to be a blessing.
Absolutely. I love that about you. And like you said, even when you were sick, you still were coming. She's right. She would come from chemo and then come right in and let's get started. Let's go. Let's do it now. Before she got too tired.
Let me hear her sing before the chemo kick in. Another shout out to a band, the Unit Band, JD. and Carrie Wilkes. Let me tell you something. Eric Porter, me and him went to high school together, and he called me, not just Ahmad, but Eric said, "Hey, we need a singer for my band." And I was like, "Well, I'm really new to this. I'm used to just singing background with people. I'm not used to being a front person. I'm just used to being a background person. I knew my lane, and it was in the back. I was really shy. Go figure. I was really shy. So I was like, okay, we'll just try it out maybe 1 or 2 times. Well, a very established bar, everybody knows it, what used to be Dowling Street. That's why I was named the Bar. Back in the day, before Dowling changed to Emancipation, I had the opportunity to start singing at D Bar with Eric and JB and them for the unit band. And I, like I said, doing good business means a lot. Before COVID, I had been singing at the D Bar every Friday for over 14 years. Wow. 14 years, Cam, at one place. And to me, that speaks volumes. It speaks volumes.
It does.
It speaks volumes. So being able to be a part of establishments, I've been with like I said, the owners of Frozen Paradise for at least the last 5-6 years.
Right.
I've been able to be a part of establishment for years, not just say, I only did that a couple of months. I've been a part of places for years because I built relationships, and I believe in just say it, do what you say what you're going to do. Just, doing your word.
Exactly. And what I love about you is that even though you could have been working earlier, you could have been running earlier, doing whatever earlier, you are on time no matter what. When it's time to get on stage and we see 8 o'clock or we see whatever it is, she's there. She's not trying to. Now, one thing, she's not running in to try to start. She's starting. She tells them, "We're ready to go."
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
And again, that goes back to, in order to be a good leader, at one time you had to be a good follower. Yeah. That's what I feel. And my dad really instilled that in me. God bless his soul, Pastor Theodore Deaver. Yeah. He really instilled in me the value of being a professional, being humble, like I said, learning how to follow. Because if you can be a follower, you're going to be a good leader. And I try to show by example to my band, we have to stay professional at all costs. I don't care what. Don't get me wrong. I've had some unprofessional moments, but I could probably count on one hand how many unprofessional moments I've ever had. Yeah. But we always have to remain professional. So in order for people to start gaining trust in you, which means the fan base, your follower, I can't put on my flyer that we start at 7. And by the time you get there, because you got there on time, we're just now starting at 8:30. Yes. Yeah, so I try to tell them all the time, whether we sing into one chair or 1,000 people, we have to remain professional to keep people coming back. That's what has kept us booked. And I'll say this, Cam, I don't do a lot of advertising. Shout out to my personal assistant, Desiree. If it wasn't for her, y'all wouldn't see half the things y'all see on my social media because I'm just not a techy person at all. If it wasn't for her, a lot of things wouldn't happen in the background. So I really appreciate all the people that make a lot of stuff happen. Absolutely. But I have not done any marketing for myself in the capacity that I feel at times I should. Mm-hmm. Everything that I've been doing for the last 15 plus years is word of mouth. Mm-hmm. I've gotten in the clubs because another club owner told another establishment, hey, book KOLLETT. Mm-hmm. I've gotten in the places because bartenders, bar managers, staff, people like you. Yeah. Hey, you want a good band? Yeah. Talk to KOLLETT. If you want somebody professional, talk to KOLLETT. If you want to make sure people gonna have a good time, talk to KOLLETT. So I really appreciate people like you. I appreciate people like you creating this platform for me to be able to talk today, and people like you being able to spread information
right.
on someone that you feel is qualified to do the job. So thank you.
Oh, thank
again,
you.
Publicly, on air, on TV. Thank you for always being so supportive and sometimes name dropping me at places so that certain things can happen in my favor. So trust me, it has not been gone unnoticed.
I appreciate it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with Kollette Duncan.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we're back with Kollette Duncan. We were just talking about the fact that some of the local artists and what they're doing and how they're keeping abreast. And also we were talking about the impact of COVID-19. Let's talk again about that. Let's just really pick up on that COVID-19 impact that we've been talking about, of how is the social distancing. We've talking about the mask. We didn't hit on that. We need to discuss wearing the mask.
We need to explain to people, if you want to come and see live entertainment, please abide by the COVID-19 rules and regulations, procedures and policies. I can't emphasize it enough. As much, and everybody know I'm one of those artists, I like to come off the stage and talk and look and everything. I can't. I just can't. I can't come down personal anymore. And I need people to understand I'm not what they say, you act in a certain type of way. No. I'm not acting. I'm acting like I want to stay healthy.
Exactly.
So I need for everybody to mask up. Of course, if you're inside an establishment, because we're at this point, I'm playing at restaurants and stuff like that, you can take the mask off. So a lot of establishments, unless you're getting up from your seat to use the restroom or to, go request a drink or something like that, you don't have to have the mask on. And that poses another health risk. Right. Because at that point, I feel COVID is just lingering around in the room. I'm singing because I can't sing with a mask on. Right. With a mask on, so it's 50 of y'all with COVID. So I'm going in pleading the blood, and I'm coming out pleading the blood. Literally. But we, as artists, we are imploring everybody that if you want to keep live music where it is right now, before they shut before they try to shut that down because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And there are some businesses out there, like I said, you take the good with the bad. We have some establishments that are doing exactly what they need to do. And then we have other establishments that are going to make it bad for the ones that are trying to do it correctly. And the ones that are going to make it bad are going to indirectly affect the ones that are trying to do the right thing. They're going to get everybody shut down.
Right.
So,
right.
Believe me, I have a lot of co-worker artists that we all feel the same way. Big shouts out to Miriam Echo.
Yes.
Oh, she is something fierce, baby. But me and her, we talked on the phone not too long ago. We was talking about singing and being in places, and she was like, I'm not leaving the house. So I understand how it feels like a lot of us just are not ready to step into the club scene or the bar scene because of everything that is going on. But a lot of us really want to be sure that we're able to be available to entertain you when COVID is over. So that means that we have to stay healthy as well. We have to make sure that we're making the right decisions for our health as well. So no, you probably won't see all of us circulating at all the establishments. Again, I have just maybe 3 I can name offhand that I'm actually going to on a regular basis. Like I said, Philip, Sugars, and a Frozen Paradise. Those are only 3 places, and it's limited time that we're there. The social distancing is very much in effect. They provide so much space away from the artists and the crowd. It's remarkable the steps that they're taking to ensure that everybody, including the band, we're safe. So I really appreciate those club owners that are doing the right thing to make sure that everybody's staying safe.
Right, absolutely. And the thing about it, that's why I wanted you definitely to come on now and we talk about the COVID and what is happening, that you all are out there and you are, in the establishments. And we do have to support you because of the fact that you're coming there really to entertain us, Right.
Yeah. I'm coming in there to risk getting sick so that you can feel good.
Right.
So at least keep your mask on for a little while so that I can feel safe.
Absolutely. And then people want to come up and take pictures and stuff like that. We can't do it anymore.
Oh my goodness. It's been a real roller coaster again for COVID. And I do want to say this because I try not to inundate my headspace with too much of the negativity with COVID because it would probably send you to a very depressing place. Right. And like I said, everybody needs to find a center and what gives them their joy and their happiness. Mm-hmm. But I do want to stay cognizant and stay abreast of the fact that we're entering into flu season. We're entering into the colder months. And we're entering into a place that I don't think even CDC is going to be able to grapple as far as trying to handle COVID in its current situation, because at one point they said COVID can't survive the heat. Yes. Well, it's sometimes over 100 degrees outside, so it's COVID dead. Right. So at the end of the day, nobody really knows what COVID is going to do. And I think that all of us need to be, we just need to stay alert that, the season is coming up. The season for more allergies is getting ready to happen, and we all need to make sure that we are doing our part. You're washing your hands, you're sanitizing, you're making sure not only that you're keeping your personal space healthy, but you're keeping everybody else's space. It's like my dad used to say, my mom used to say, when you get in the car and you drive, you can't just drive for you got to drive for everybody else. So, you leave your house and you thinking about COVID, don't just think about COVID for yourself, but think about COVID as it applies to everybody else. We're all dealing with this in our own significant ways. Again, like we've been addressing the economic impact, the insurance and the health impact. All of us are dealing with COVID in so many different forms, and we all just need to make sure that we're playing our part to ensure that no more lives are lost unnecessarily. Going into places without masks, going into places knowing that you've traveled and you don't want to tell anybody that you've been somewhere.
Right.
Those kind of things. We all have to make sure that we're doing our part to make sure to keep everybody healthy, because I want to get back on stage. I'm ready.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, because many times people say, well, I don't feel sick. I don't feel bad. I feel okay. So I'm not doing it. But then you have a family. Other people have families. Other people have children. Some people,
you can be that asymptomatic. You could be that one person that just hasn't gotten sick, but you're harboring this virus to every other establishment that you go to.
Right.
So I just can't say it enough. We all have to make sure that we're playing our part, because I was one of those people. I never got the flu, but I caught a cold.
Right.
But then I found out that I was a flu carrier.
Right.
I just didn't display all the flu symptoms.
Right.
So when you know better, you do better. So now I feel like every time I catch a cold, I need to make sure that I stay quarantine myself, because I feel like I could possibly give the flu to somebody else.
Right.
So it's just super crazy. We're living in a very weird all the days run together kind of time.
Right.
Actually, what's today? Tuesday. when you used to say, "Oh, today feels like a Monday," well, every day feels like Monday.
Right.
So we all have to just really play our part. And I want to just, again, Cam, thank you so much for having me on the show and being able to talk about the impacts that this has on the music community here in Houston. And again, there are so many artists here in Houston that circulate the establishments. And I'll be the first one to say, I'm not the best singer. I don't think I'm never going to say I'm the best at anything, because I'm not perfect. But I do thank God that people see something in me that they want to follow or see again. So that always means a lot. It does. From the bottom of my heart, I could not express to everybody watching, to every fan, everybody that has gave 50 cents to $50. Whatever you've done over the years to help ensure that KOLLETT and Sultry has stayed relevant, I appreciate you. And I have to give a super, 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 super shout out, because I always try to say the best for last. To my husband, who is extremely supportive, big shouts out to him. He played the background way in the back. he plays the background a lot, so I just have to, always just let him play. He don't ever want to be in the spotlight. And half the time, unless you knew who he was, you would never know. You met him, you never know. Never. Because he played that bodyguard in the background. He don't want nobody to see what's going on. He needs to be seen. Yeah. But I appreciate him as well, and my children. Let me name them before they get mad at me. Christopher, Crystal, Tori, and Tamir. My 4 kids. I have 2 grandkids. And I'm really, really blessed. I'm really, really blessed. I never knew that having 2 grandkids and 4 kids could look so good, Cam.
Well, I can say my grandmama didn't look like that now. No, not my grandma. You're looking great. And I love what you said. Many of us don't look like what we've been through.
We don't. Everybody got a story.
Everybody. We all
got a story. And I'm blessed and thankful to God that I do not look like what I've been through, because sometimes I feel like to hell and back. I've been in abusive relationships. I was just watching some kind of show on TV the other day, and I was reflecting after watching the show that, why couldn't she just leave? He hitting on her. But I didn't have to do a self-reflection. KOLLETT, you, at one time, you was that girl.
Right.
You was that girl that was in an abusive relationship and thought that he was going to change, and you never left either. So all of us have been through something. We're able to tell a story. We're able to be a blessing. Our testimony could be a blessing in so many places. And one of the things that I try not to do it every single show, but when it's on my heart and I feel that I need to, or my gut or the spirit is just telling me you need to say something, I give my testimony on stage on
Yes.
whatever platform that I'm
Yes.
on, and I tell people, hey, I've survived cancer twice. So
Yes.
you think you having a bad day?
Yeah.
Just try sometimes to look at what somebody else is going through.
Mhm.
You know, we none of us look like what we've been through, but thank God he pulled us through.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
All that matters.
Man, you don't know how much on today you have impacted the world in what you just said and what the things that you have spoken all this time. Many people did not know all of that. But in doing that, when you're going through your tests, it's truly a testimony, and we see you here.
Oh, it is. It is. There's always the other side of through.
Yes.
I think T.D. Jakes had a song or something that he called The Other Side of Through.
Yes.
And that really is something to be said about the other side of through.
Yes.
When you're going through, you feel like you're not going to make
Right.
it through. But when you get to the other side,
Yes.
how you can rejoice. So
Mhm.
I will always be the first one to always give God all the glory and praise
Yes.
that he always do, because I believe through him all things are possible, and that's the reason why I'm here. He made it possible for me to be here, for me to be able to say I look this good at being a profile.
I surely appreciate you, lady. This has been it. What would you like to leave with the viewers?
I would like to leave with the viewers that it only takes a small part of you to be a blessing to somebody else. Like they always say, it takes so many muscles to do a frown, but none to do a smile. If you look within yourself and just know that you can be a blessing to somebody else, no matter what your circumstance is, you can be a blessing to someone else. And I choose to be a blessing on stage, whether it's my voice or creating laughter or creating a space for you to just be comfortable for that 1 hour, that 2 hours that we're together. You had a good time. So try to create that space for somebody special in your life.
It sounds great. How can they contact you, or where can they see all of your work?
You can always follow me at www.kollett.com. That's my official webpage. Or you can follow me at KOLLETT Sultry, KOLLETT SOULTRE. Everybody know I'll sing it to you. Follow me at KOLLETT. Follow me.
Love it, love it, love it, lady. Thank you so much for having a great time today.
I feel so special. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been beautiful. God bless you. God keep you. And man, I love you, lady.
I love you too.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, let's look. This will be the rest of the week. Bye-bye.